Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. Welcome to another stream. Eze to Arsenal done. The hijack is finished. It's done. Arsenal must win the league now. They're actually going for another target. It's very crazy, actually. Morgan Rogers is being linked to Arsenal again today, this morning. I saw that like when I woke up at 5 a.m. and I saw Morgan Rogers linked to Arsenal. I'm like, this is not enough. But anyway, Isak thought he's going to go for 100 million. So apparently he thinks 100 million is enough for him to leave. And Chelsea is actually trying to include Andre Santos in the Garnacho deal. Something that just popped up on my feed as well. How much would Lautaro cost? You just can take Lautaro. Bro, 50 million, Lautaro's yours. 50 million, Lautaro's yours. But big up everybody that is here. I know the energy is a little bit low. It's too early for me, to be honest. I didn't sleep well. But Jess is here.
Why are you always mourning? It's early
someone,
for Jess
bro,
as well.
Someone put a comment. I hate seeing Jess happy. What
wow. Let her have her moment. It's okay.
She wanted now. Eze and she got Eze, bro. Like she was like her streams were like Eze. We need Eze. Now they got Eze on 2 hours saga. It's actually crazy. What does that change for you? Okay, big up everyone that's here. Hit that like button. Sorry. She knows Arsenal. Nina's channel, Don Hussam channel. Big up everyone that joined from Don Hussam as well. Don might be joining us, might not. Here we go.
MHF as well. Don't forget to subscribe to MHF.
I don't even tag MHF is in the.
Tag MHF, yeah. Tag MHF. استحي حالك.
Okay. What?
She does live in LA, so yeah, that could have happened.
Let's get the likes up, people. Hit that like button. We cannot have more votes than like. Does that change anything for you, Jess, about the window and everything?
Of course. I feel like, first of all, if I look tired, it's because I'm hungover, because I overdosed on Spurs content last night. So thank you very much. But yeah, I think before, if I had to rate the window without him, it was like a 6. And I know people were like, oh, well, that's low. And I'm like, not really, because attacking players when they're your priority and what you need to be getting done, they weigh more. So of course we had a lot of signings, but some of them just were not game changers really for us. And so for me, the Eze signing moves that window like to a 9 for me. I think the only thing that can make it better is if you got another winger or something like that, but it's damn near perfect. Like it is a great window. And so I'm happy. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This is pretty much the only player that I wanted. Like I couldn't see another alternative. I was like, no, I don't really want Xavi Simons. I don't really want this person or this person. Bring Eze. I'm satisfied. I'm happy.
You're giving some ammunition, by the way.
Okay.
Because when you say 9 out of 10, that means you think your team now is well positioned to actually be the team that win the league. I'm not sure why I don't have, like, I don't know.
Well, why wouldn't you feel like though? I feel like no matter what, even before the Eze stuff, people were saying Arsenal have to win the league. It didn't matter. So
have is different. So I had this discussion a couple of days ago with ads and the guys. And someone put a comment that is actually very true. Hussam, Man City fans, Nina, Kilk, everybody would come in and say Arsenal have to win the league. It doesn't matter how good your window is. Because of the circumstances around Arsenal, you have to win the league. You have to win something. You have to win the Champions League or the league. That has nothing to do with, are you equipped to win league? Are you the team that is equipped to actually get that win over the line? Do you think you have the tools? Is Eucharist the right guy? Is Eze going to change the way you play? Like, we all know that Arsenal must, whatever that people say, you know, like Arsenal must, 6 years under this manager, you signed £1 billion and all this stuff. But do you feel you're equipped now to play the best football and win the league? That is the football talk. Forget that banter YouTube talk, Arsenal must, and all the stuff that Hussam does everywhere. That's different. That's putting pressure on
Why
Arsenal.
have you called me out twice in the first 5 minutes?
You're actually, you say the Arsenal must, which is fine, which is, I understand.
Everyone knows Arsenal must.
But are they equipped? Football-wise, are they equipped? Are they the team that can get it over the... Listen, people say Chelsea, for example, let me tell you, Chelsea should be comfortable, should challenge. Are they equipped to challenge? It's two different conversations completely.
Mo, have you ever watched MasterChef, Mo?
No, I don't know what that is. But Gordon Ramsay? Is that Gordon Ramsay stuff?
I love MasterChef.
Watch MasterChef.
Great show.
That Gordon Ramsay stuff?
Yes. On MasterChef, sometimes, you know what they do? They give them mystery boxes. And inside the mystery box, there's canned food. And because these guys are such elite chefs, they take that canned food and turn it into a restaurant quality dish. If you need the absolute perfect ingredients to win the league, you will never win the league. Because City have won the league without perfect ingredients. Liverpool have won the league without perfect ingredients. I will remind everyone in the chat, City won the league with Kevin De Bruyne playing false 9. City won the league without a striker. Liverpool won the league also without a striker because we had Darwin Núñez. So not always the perfect ingredients exist. Sometimes you have to make do with things. Now, I want to make something clear. As things stand, Arteta does actually have the perfect ingredients. The goalkeeper is great. The back four is great. The midfield is great. And with Eze, the front three is now Eze, Gyökeres, and Saka. So what excuses there are? That's why when people forget everything else, like let's
the excuses is Liverpool have a stronger team.
Wait.
City have a stronger team also.
All the City fans say that they have stronger team. I've never come across one City fan that will tell me that their team is weaker than Arsenal. They say they have the better squad. They say they have the better talent. Everything.
Hear me out. Did you hear?
They have the better manager. They have everything.
Did you hear what Salah said in the interview? On the PFA
Arsenal are favorites. He's putting pressure. Are we taking Salah's word now over like actually our analysis of football?
That's not the part I'm talking about. I'm talking about the part where he said this team has been together for 5 years about Arsenal. So
but when you changed. It's actually not true.
When you look at
it, it's actually not true at all. That's actually Calafiore is new. Eucharist is new. Eze is new.
The core of this team has been together for like a million years. Genuinely, it has.
Who are the core? Can you tell me who are the core?
Saka, Odegaard. Rice has been here for 2 years. That's fucking long.
Gabriel Saliba.
Gabriel Saliba. 4. That's it.
That's still a good core. Your core is like
that's half the team.
It's like the spine of your team almost.
Core is like 4 or 5 players.
Guys, I get you. That's half the team. But the problem is the sweeping statements about this team has been together for a while. Number one, there is a big fact. I'm not giving excuses, okay? I'm just telling you, I'm debunking what people say. This team has never had a striker, a number 9. Never had a number 9. Like, it has not happened before like this. Now they have a number 9. They have never had a player like Eze, an explosive player that is outside of the box. It never happened. He is not, and I keep saying he's not the guy. Me and Jess got on Twitter. He's not the guy to keep it ticking. He's the guy that will carry the ball. Nina, you were at the stadium, right? Carrying the ball, dribbling past 2-3 players. He's not like pass and move and stuff like this. No, he's like, I'm gonna carry the ball. I'm gonna dribble past you. I'm gonna carry you on my back, and then you get it off me. And it can happen. No, Arsenal never had that player, by the way. Since I watched Arteta, you never had that player. And I'm not giving him excuses. I actually think he has the tools now. There's no excuse. But the fact that people say, oh, this team has been together. No, this team has changed a lot of players. A lot of players. Calafiori hasn't played enough last season. Now he's going to start. Gyökeres, a striker, different. Your left winger might change. Zubamendi is a brand new and different type of midfielder.
No team in the planet will remain 100% with each other for 5 years. Jess is right.
Liverpool did it for a couple of years. You had the same exact 11 and you won the league.
Let me speak. Interrupt me after 3 words, your mom.
You won the league once.
Jess is right because it's about the core being there. By the way, 2 years at a football club is also a long time. Like Raya is not new. Rice is not new. Zubamendi is new. Eze is new. Gyökeres is new. We get it. The rest of them, they ain't new. They know the manager. They know the city. They know the fans. They know the stadium. They know the Premier League. Like, these things are all true. So my thing is, this is the one season now where if Arsenal are not successful, everyone can take a step back and go like, it's on the manager because he had all the ingredients.
That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like this is why I'm so happy. I'm happy about Eze for all the external factors and the fact that he's going to make us better. But ultimately, it means that we can see Arteta a lot more clearly without this whole like, well, he doesn't have this attacker, he doesn't have X factor, he doesn't have this. And then we can truly look at him and say like, okay, well, maybe you're not doing enough. But in terms of like, are we equipped? There's nothing about this team that cannot go out there and win a major trophy this season. That doesn't mean we will, but we definitely can with the players that we have. And there's more than one major trophy. And yeah, the Premier League to me is very, very, very hard to win, especially when you're going up against Man City and Liverpool. But Arsenal got to a semifinal with a really weird looking front line in the Champions League. At some point, we need to look at this team and say like, you need to deliver something, so not having players, for multiple years and blah, blah, blah. You buy a player like Eze, who's 27, that's played in this league before to step straight in and make a difference. You buy a Gyökeres at 27 that scored almost 100 goals in Portugal and say, you need to start delivering. Like at some stage, like Arsenal kind of need to get it going. And unfortunately, we missed out on things in seasons where there was only a 2-horse race against Liverpool and or City. Now it's probably going to be multiple. Tough shit. You gotta get it done at some stage. So this team is more than good enough to win something. Will they? It's up to, but let's see how things kind of unfold. I feel like a lot of this is like on paper, like let's see how things unfold, because maybe Arsenal play their next couple of games and we look much better and maybe you feel different, Mo.
I still think that Arsenal will be okay. I feel Arsenal will be okay. I'm a little bit skeptical of the midfield, to be honest with you. I'm skeptical of that midfield of Arsenal. But now you have Eze. It looks good. Like, I think the midfield is too, I don't know how to say it. It's too, like, there is no explosiveness in that midfield. I hope creativity. No, Odegaard, okay. Odegaard is very creative, Kelk. Odegaard is creative. He's not explosive enough. He's very creative. He's very creative. He can pass the ball very well.
Relearn how to play, because you saw on Sunday. It's not just you slot a 9 in there and that's it. You're fine. Like the whole team looked a little disjointed and lost. That's going to take some time. Like unless you have like a world-class creator feeding that striker, it's going to take some time to like integrate him into the team. And you saw they look better when Havertz came on, because they kind of like knew where to go and like they play a little. That's the style they've been playing, so they kind of went back to that style. They knew what to do. But playing the 9 is different.
You got to give it time.
One for a couple of years.
It was one game. Got to give it a minute. And we had probably the most awkward first game that you could have in the top 6. We had to go away from home to a bogey side, like our bogey stadium, against a team that was incredibly motivated, that played in a way that really disrupted us. So give it 5 or 6 games, give it 5 or 6 games. We're talking about Zubamendi, Declan Rice, Odegaard, and now adding Eze. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing this midfield is, let's be serious for 5 seconds. That is a good midfield, a top midfield. definitely for
I
sure.
think it's creative as well. Like Eze will add creativity to this Arsenal side. That's another thing. And he has the license. He is the player that gets the license to drift centrally as well. So, you know, that is more goals there. It's not just goals, it's creativity, set piece goals as well. Arsenal love those, obviously, box ticks there. So yeah, I think he completely upgrades you. Like as a Chelsea fan, I don't like that. I don't like that signing. It is a very good signing from an Arsenal.
I thought you're not contending with them. I thought Arsenal are not your contention
Arsenal are
at all.
rivals. It doesn't matter whether we're in competition or not. Arsenal getting a player like Eze will of course be a worry to a Chelsea fan. And again, Eze is a player that you could probably introduce into any team right now in the Premier League, and he fits and slots in just fine. I don't even think there is that much time needed to integrate him really. And you know, there's certain players that you just picture being like a player. Arsenal, you know, and it's his boyhood club, and I think, you know, I hate to say it, but I think that's going to be a real upgrade there for Arsenal. And now they've got their perfect front line, right? So what is the excuse? It has to be.
Is Eze going to be the left winger for you? Oh, she's putting.
If he's a left winger, then is he?
Well, I
just
think
going to drift in and create, like, kind of like invert and then create that way. Is that what?
So Arteta's going to change the way he plays, right?
Yeah.
Is anybody assuming that Arteta will change the way he plays? Because a lot of people are saying that they are skeptical, but I mean, Eze, he's not a touchline winger, like football-wise. He's not. He's a cut inside. So different than Martinelli and Trossard, though.
But our last two games, we did not play our last two games, we haven't played the same way that we usually play. I know that it's like this quality of what we were doing, and you know, the execution was not amazing. But we were not playing horseshoe, slow, rigid football against either one of Bilbao or Manchester United. We were trying to play more on the counterattack. So I'm trying to give Arteta a little bit of grace there, that even though the execution wasn't great, anybody that sat there and said it's the same football wasn't really watching the game, or was just emotionally tied to the results or the way that we were, you know, executing things. But yeah, we'll probably change things. But Eze is the type of player that just, I feel like, plugs into your team. And if you're playing him in the right positions, getting him more central with an overlap like Calafiori, which we know that that's what he does, it's probably going to be fine. I'm not really that worried about it, but get good players in your team and let them cook. And, you know,
you're the only one of the Arsenal fan. You're the only one of the Arsenal fan that said this word to us about months ago. You said people need to picture Arsenal playing without having Zubimendi and Rice in the team, with only having one of them sometimes. If Eze has to play next to Odegaard, let it be. It's okay. Rice don't have to start every single game. If there is a low block, play Eze. And I respect that, because I believe that it doesn't have to be the same midfield every game. If Arsenal are going to play a left winger, whoever, Trossard or whatever who's going to play on the left wing, maybe Eze plays centrally as well. I'm not saying centrally instead of Odegaard, like start from the left, but as a left 8. He doesn't have to be a left winger. He doesn't have to be.
I agree with that. And I just think we need to get more comfortable with it. And because from an Arsenal perspective, it's like, well, who's getting dropped? Because whoever's ever getting dropped, we're going to need to sell. And I'm like, no other top team thinks like this. They don't think that just because somebody's not starting that they have to go. But I don't know. I look at Liverpool, I feel like that's the team that I'm mostly looking at in terms of how can we get competing. They have Szoboszlai, they have Gravenberch coming back in, they have Wirtz, and then they have McAllister. So we would pretty much have the same thing. And I don't see them saying, so if Szoboszlai is not starting, then we're going to have to get him going. We're going to have to sell him in the next window. I just think like we need to get over it. But that's also what I feel like it's a symptom of only having maybe 3 good midfielders and everybody else is a backup. So maybe we have to get used to it. But like, I'm not worried about it. If it ends up being the case that like Eze and Rice and Zubimendi works better, fine, because I want my team to win. You know, so whatever combination works.
People are attached to players. That's the problem. Yeah, they're attached to players.
Yeah, my fan base.
You have to protect Palmer.
Right,
you have to protect Rice. You have to protect Odegaard. You have to protect Zubimendi. There's no world where Rice is bench or Odegaard is bench. There's no, like, I can't live in that world. People are gonna cook me if Odegaard is being bench because I backed him for so long, or Rice. For Liverpool, they don't care. Like, suppose like bench, well, fine. But I believe if McAllister is getting bench, Liverpool fans will start like being worried a little bit, you know. Because he's not, McAllister is not someone to sit on the bench, in my opinion. But listen, all I have to say, I actually think that Arsenal, you play Leeds next game, right? Correct?
Yeah.
And then
Should
so
be
you're
an
gonna
easy
win that. Then easy win. And then the next game, who do you play?
Liverpool.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I'd be interested to see you guys play a midfield against the low blocks. Eze, Odegaard, and Zubamendi. Because I think Odegaard's better as an 8 when he doesn't have to be like the 10. I just think he's better as an 8. So I think that'd be a really interesting midfield to try against those low block games because I know how much
We
you
have
kind of struggle with
options.
those.
But
Yeah, because that's a
the
very
thing.
creative midfield. That's much more creative than I think you've had lately. I
Yeah.
just question, like, I think
Mhm.
Rice is a great player. Like, I know
Mhm.
we banter about him a lot, but like sometimes I just feel like creatively he's not up to snuff.
Well,
So
he's
it'll be
not a
interesting
creative
on games he
player.
doesn't play. I think he'll be in much
He's
better
not a
shape.
creative player. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like I don't like square pegs and round holes. I feel like
Mhm.
it's up to the manager to make the best parts of a player shine more, 10x them, and to limit the amount that we see their flaws. The way that Mikel plays Rice, sometimes I think he exacerbates or shows the flaws more rather than what he does well. He needs to play more in a double pivot, closer to Zubamendi in a deeper position. He can't play in the pockets, and that's fine. There's a world where Zubamendi Rice play together in a double pivot and Eze sits in the 10 or Ethan sits in the 10. We have options and we should use them because we have great midfielders. I don't see why we wouldn't.
Maybe. Do you guys see Martinelli being sold this window?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Would you replace him?
I
Do you give time?
Please. We're being linked to this Malik Fofana from Lyon. Please.
Ooh, good player.
Somebody, if they're, oh my gosh, if that were to happen, Berta, you're my guy for life. Move Martinelli on. I cannot watch this guy anymore. He makes my eyes bleed.
I believe like even rivals
on
are not happy
Rodrygo?
with him. It's astonishing that people are not happy with the guy. Rivals are not happy with the
so
guy.
He literally sticks out.
Even
like
how Sam is like, my eyes hurt. My
It's
eyes. How am I watching this
terrible.
guy?
I like obviously Martinelli's been around for a long time. I think, we're attached to him because of how long he's been here, but ultimately he's just not good enough. And if anybody offers a decent fee, we should take it and bring somebody else in. He's not going to get any better. He's just not. He looks just as bad as he did the last 2 seasons. Now he's not going to improve. It is what it is. I'm done with it. It's expired for me. I'm sorry. He's not good enough.
Sonra, what? Just need Trossard injury and win the Premier League? And we win?
What?
Trossard?
Oh, I know what he's meaning.
What?
He means if
Everybody
Trossard...
likes
Trossard
I
injury.
know
like
exactly
new
what he
signing.
means.
I'm
Trossard
actually
be injured,
surprised
they're
that
gonna get
nobody's brought
Rodrygo.
that up yet. Nobody's brought up the fact that they were saying that it was all about Havertz injury and he's only going to be out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's actually they say if it's an MCL, the maximum is actually 8 weeks. The maximum, which is not a lot with international break.
You
What
have to
an
get your
assist.
fitness back up too after the recovery.
What an assist.
But
Who
to be
else?
honest, the first time I see actually rivals a little bit worried after Eze deal yesterday. Like I mean Liverpool and City fans, like they're worried. Like
Oh.
Arsenal doing the.
What
You're not
City
worried
fans are
about
worried?
Arsenal. You're not worried about Arsenal.
I mean, this for me, I think Eze improves them, but not enough to where I'm like, oh, they're winning the title. But I do think it does help them a lot. I'm
Keep
not
it
saying
like
doesn't.
that.
But
What
I
is
don't.
this?
I don't.
What is this?
The Liverpool remains the favorite for me.
But you are behind Arsenal. Let's just establish something.
No, I
City
think we're
are
still
behind
ahead of Arsenal. I don't think he's the difference
because of the
maker that-
Wolves game. Okay, this is strange. Because of the
He's
Wolves
not a
game.
difference maker like Tijani Reijnders is.
I think
What?
I think he could be though.
I think
I
what?
personally don't
Because
think so. He's 27,
Reijnders
he's been at Crystal Palace his whole career. If he was better, he would have gone to a better club a long time ago.
and Tijani
That's
Reijnders is
right.
27. He has been an AC Milan for his whole career, make 8th place and stuff like this and 7th. So he was an.
well,
Wasn't
let's
he
see
a
Eze do what
Feyenoord
Reijnders did.
before? Oh, Reijnders is. This is the thing. Reijnders is great because he joined City. Oh, where did he play before? Did he play
Milan. I
Feyenoord?
used
If I'm
to
not
watch him
mistaken,
there.
Milan.
Yeah, that's a bigger club than Crystal Palace.
You don't think that
They won
Eze
trophies
could
last
get
year.
a goal and assist against Wolves?
It's not that. It's just how he like he fixes the holes in our midfield. Like
Eze's
we've
not
had a
to
gaping
fix
hole
our
since
whole
Gundogan left.
Eze
after a couple
fixes the
seasons.
whole thing about their team. Eze
All right,
fixes
well,
that one
we'll see what
all.
happens. We'll see what happens. But like I said, for me the standings haven't changed, or the pictured standings in my head haven't changed. But I do think he's a good player and he'll improve you.
That's fine.
I never knew Reijnders is 27. I went to check his age. I
He
thought he's
just
young.
turned 27 like 2 weeks
He's
ago.
27, actually.
So we got a little. Okay, they're both 27. Reijnders is way better according to Kel. So let's keep an eye on that.
Anybody.
Let's keep an eye on that. Let's
I
keep
What do
heard
you mean
Mo
ask
gushing
anybody?
about Johnny Reijnders saying he's never seen a midfielder
Keep an eye on
slot
that.
straight into a pep midfield.
Yeah, it's one
Shit on
game.
Saturday.
They
It's
played
one
against a
game.
Wolves team that's been pillaged by everyone else. Like, come on. Like Wolves.
I'm
are
not
probably
saying
gonna
he.
get
I'm not
relegated.
saying he's bad, but the sweeping statement from you, Kilk, about he's better than Eze. Like based on what?
Johnny Reijnders?
Is he-
I don't want to.
Okay, hold on. Is he better than Enzo Fernandez? Then is he better than Rice already?
He's better than Enzo Fernandez for sure. I'm not.
Is he
gonna
better
compare
than
him to Rice 'cause I think
McAllister?
they're different
Then is he
players.
better than McAllister?
Yeah, I wanna hear it.
McAllister? No. But Declan Rice, I can't compare this.
She's
I
like, what
consider
is going
Rice
on?
is a 6. I'm not comparing a 6 and an 8.
Rice is
All right, not
amazing.
too much. Okay,
Rice is
let's
a
just
way
wait.
better defender.
Let's just wait.
Like,
Let's just wait.
Infinitely
I
better
think you're doing
defender.
too much.
And then I think Rangers way better going forward.
Let's just wait. It's okay.
You know,
okay.
he had one good season in his career at Milan, right? When he came 8th. Just
Yeah,
one.
it was enough to come to City, and look who's going to manage him. You know what Pep does to midfielders when they're good
Okay,
enough.
then City must then. Okay, if
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola doesn't, if Pep Guardiola doesn't win the league, then he's a failure. He should get sacked. Okay, then
Well, I love Rangers.
I
but
can
unfortunately, he's not a keeper,
live
so
in this
I can't say
world.
that.
You have the best striker in the world. You have arguably one of the best Bundesliga players last season. You snatched him half the season. You have Reijnders amazing. Rodry's coming back. He's the best DM in the. You're gonna get Donnarumma, who's amazing
I
as well.
don't know about
City
that.
must. You got Ait Nouri, one of the best left backs. City must. Okay, then
we're still-
can play this game.
I don't think Donnarumma's coming. So
One thing I will say,
Kel,
Kel, because you've seen this with your own 2 eyes. You've seen Reijnders take apart a Wolves midfield, which is great. That's an achievement in this league. You've seen Eze take apart your midfield and win a trophy on your head top.
Oh, last season, yeah,
Oh.
that midfield's not playing anymore. So
Uh,
I'll see.
yeah, I
We'll
don't
see
care.
him. We'll see in game week 5 when he does against a
We
real
will be
City
there.
midfield.
We will be there. Don't worry. We shall arrive.
Do you think your midfield is better? Okay, hold on. Do you think you? Okay, I'm gonna get the one that actually has the best midfield in the league in Nina, right? Who do you think has the better midfield? Okay, I still believe that Chelsea have the best midfield
Timo.
Why do you think
You've been
that,
listening to Don
Mo?
too much.
because I'm not changing my opinion because
I
Hassan slanders Cole
think I
Palmer.
sit here and I remember the times when you asked me, Enzo Fernandez, really? Moises Caicedo, really? At the
Not
very,
Moises
very
Caicedo.
start when we
Moises
came in.
Caicedo, I always praise. Enzo Fernandez has surprised me a lot.
At the start, when he had a slow start at Chelsea, you were a little bit.
Yeah, and
Where
they
you
proved
at
me
now?
wrong. They proved me wrong. I gotta say, Enzo Fernandez last season was one of the best midfielders in the league. In the league, actually. So
And
I'm not
Moises
gonna.
Caicedo?
Huh?
And
Enzo
Moises
Fernandez.
Caicedo?
Moises Caicedo is the best DM in the league currently. Actually.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Why that face, Jess? I didn't say sweet.
This is so outrageous.
knows someone's injured, that's why.
It's not. I don't think it's
I
outrageous.
came happy and you guys ruined this.
Hold on. I don't think this is outrageous at all. Why is outrageous?
It's not. It's just no.
You don't like
Well,
it
then
because it's
Caicedo
Chelsea.
can win the
but
Ballon
I
d'Or
know
to prove it.
deep down in your heart of hearts, you
It's
know
not
that
even
Moises
that.
Caicedo.
It's not even that. It's not even that. I have 2 ops in life. Chelsea, slight op, but it is what it is. If they're great, I'm gonna say it. I said that they'll challenge this year. I'm okay with that. Caicedo ain't done nothing to be considered the best CDM or DM in the league yet. He ain't done
Hold
shit.
up. I'll find nothing.
Nada. Nothing yet.
Trophies,
Because he
individual awards,
wasn't
that
better
kind-
than Gravenberch last season.
Was he even in team of the season?
No.
Team of the
Like,
season
what?
was Gravenberch, McAllister, and Rice.
Like, what are we
And I
talking
thought
about?
that
here?
was harsh. I think a lot of people would have agreed Caicedo deserved a place in that
But
team.
then why didn't anybody agree? We had his, the
Why
players
didn't
in
his
the league
his
didn't
his
vote
fellow
him.
professionals
Nobody
agree?
voted him. Like, I don't get it.
Hey
But
guys, I thought you were all competing.
They
with
get it
your-
wrong all the time, though. They
He thought
Yeah,
I'm
why you
chilling. I
putting
have the
mine
best
into this?
midfield. I'm chilling.
I'm chilling here. I'm happy. Oh, leave me guys out of this.
I do agree that Chelsea, but here's the thing: we need to define something. Is Palmer a right winger or is he a 10? Because every time we have a conversation, it seems to like shift and switch. because
Well,
Chelsea
because
fans
it
compare
can.
Palmer to Saka. We need to understand, like, where does he play on the pitch? Like, if you go to basically the most recent, like, Chelsea game, the one that they drew to Crystal Palace, Borefest, by the way. That's
Yeah,
why
that
I'm
game was
actually
awful.
I'm shocked that Nina showed up today because Chelsea actually had a bad result. But you
Because I'm
look at
free
that
today,
game.
Sam. Guess what?
Just
I
remember,
get
Cole Palmer
Hey,
hasn't
guess what,
scored an open
Nina?
play goal
You're no
since
longer in the
January.
Conference League, so I expect you to show up more on Thursdays because you ain't gonna be working on
I
Thursdays.
will
So
try my very best.
we'll see if you're hiding or not. But from now to the end of the year,
Yes.
we'll see.
Anyways,
We'll see.
continue. You were
Time will
saying.
tell. So
Mhm.
anyway, listen. I
Palmer, you were saying.
have an
Okay,
opinion.
hold on. Are we switching to Chelsea?
No.
Well, I don't know.
think that-
He's asking a question.
I
was
think
just
the
hearing
three
it.
best midfielders in the league are Rodri, McAllister, and Enzo. That's the three that I think are the best. And I'll tell you why. Look,
Just about to throw up.
no. Hear me out. Hear me out, guys.
I'm in
relax,
such a good mood.
relax,
You will
relax.
not ruin it. Go on.
Relax. I think
Yeah,
fourth
mimosa,
place
that's what you need.
Hear me out. Look, I share the same energy. Mo will tell you this. I rate McAllister higher than I rate Gravenberg. I always value in midfield the better passers. I always value in midfield someone who could do it all. I like completeness in a midfielder. I do see that in Reijnders to an extent, but I just want him to see it more in the Premier League. But for now, I cannot rate anyone like in that position. For me, I look at Enzo Fernandez and I look at his journey and I appreciate players improving. Like McAllister from Brighton till today, completely different player. Enzo, when he first made his debut season until today, he's like 100 times better. He's literally 100 times better. And this is the thing that like is funny. People will say like I'm crazy for saying Enzo's better than Caicedo as an example. But why did Crystal Palace nullify Enzo, not Caicedo? Why? If you even watch to even Chelsea fans' analysis, they said Crystal Palace nullified Enzo and Palmer, who are two main creators.
Yeah, but Enzo, I'd argue, yeah, okay, but Enzo had a very off day. Enzo was very sluggish, and I don't think all of that was down to Crystal Palace. I think individually, if you had to pick out a player that probably had one of the most unlike himself games, it was Enzo Fernandez, and I don't think it was necessarily Palace.
No problem. I agree. But that's the thing for me. Enzo has a bad game and Chelsea can't break down a low block. That for me is the impact that an Enzo has. And I value completeness. Like I don't think Caicedo and Gravenberg are bad passers, but I think they're in a passing tier below McAllister and Enzo. Like I think Enzo and McAllister are better passers than Caicedo and Gravenberg. So I value that in a midfielder more because I like a midfielder that can pass out of the press and stuff like this. Now, if you're going to bring up passing accuracy, Curtis Jones has the highest passing accuracy in the whole league last season, 94.1%. I'm not going to bring him as the best passer in the league. I'm just not. And if you're going to bring up passing for Caicedo, then Declan Rice only has 0.1% less passing accuracy than Caicedo. But if I said Declan Rice is a good passer, all the Chelsea fans in the chat start crying. So for me, look, I really like what Caicedo does as a DM. I think as a DM, he probably is the best in the league as a defensive midfielder. But if we're talking midfield in general, like central midfielders, that includes DMs as well, I wouldn't put him in the top 3 personally.
I also think it depends on what you want in your DM. I was having this conversation the other day about the difference between Baliba and Wharton. If you watch those two players, they can either play together, separate. They're both extremely talented, but I think it just depends on what you like in a player. I'm kind of like Hussam, where I'm more partial to a passer. So Wharton's style of play is like, my eyes are like big. With Baliba, it's more of like a physical thing, but he's like an elite physical specimen that can run through instead of having to pass. So he doesn't need that kind of, game as well. I like the Zubamendi DM. So I'm looking at him as like, that's my type of DM. But Caicedo is completely different. So it just depends on what you like. And I feel like that's where the conversations kind of fall flat for me sometimes.
Why do you hate him, Jess? What is your problem with Caicedo? Like, straight up. I am not understanding any of this.
Nina, understand. I do not have a problem with
Caicedo. The most
Caicedo.
important player, Jess.
I don't prefer a shin kicker. I want a passer.
Wow, shin kicker.
With very clean tackles. Don't let the referees fool you. Don't let the referees fool you. I can't actually count on both of my hands how many times it's been called a foul and it's literally been a clean tackle. Chelsea fans in the chat back me up when we watch our team.
It's a preference thing. It's a
Like,
preference.
once they were out of that team, last season looks completely different. We're talking massively vital piece in literally the heart.
I hear that. So
I
you
don't
prefer
get it.
Caicedo to Lavia? Because I actually think if Lavia was fit, he'd be a better DM.
Well, that's a big what if there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a what if. But you've seen Lavia play. You know what he offers.
Well, yeah, Jess, but honestly, so few times that I can't even tell you what that looks like. Lavia's not available, so on my account, Lavia's not an option here. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think it's a preference thing though. I'm mostly joking. Caicedo is a fantastic player. Like anybody would be happy to have him.
Yeah, Caicedo, I just said he's the best DM in the league if you're talking defensive midfielders. But if you're including central midfielders in the equation, in the equation,
Yeah,
sorry,
he's
it's a
not gonna
completely
make that.
different conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I just don't
I
think
pulled
his
up the
passing
stats
level,
before. Yeah, on
his passing
Caicedo.
level is not as good as the others. I'm sorry, it's just
Not
not.
even close.
But do you think he's better than Rodri then? Is that what you're saying? Like he's better than Rodri? Because you're saying
No,
he's the best.
Rodri is the best in the whole league for me.
Because
Okay.
Rodri's an 8 and a
But I
6
just
at
don't
the same time.
consider Rodri a DM. I consider him a central midfielder personally.
Okay, because I needed that clarified. Because when you were saying like he was the best DM, I was like, so we're just
No, Rodri is the best midfielder in the world. Full stop for me. Like just
the best
in the whole
midfielder
planet.
in the world. Okay, good.
In the
Okay,
planet.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I
I think in the whole planet he's the best midfielder.
Yeah. Okay, I hear that.
Yeah.
Someone has
Fair.
a brain.
What I'm looking at the stats here, and just I think actually it matches my eyes. That's the problem with that agenda. Actually, Moises Caicedo, his passing percentage for long is 75% versus 48% for Declan Rice. That's for long passes. The distance he passes, which is the line breaking passing, is actually very underrated. That's what people don't see, actually, in Moises Caicedo. They think he just tackles and passes the ball to the next guy. Moises Caicedo literally picks the pass that actually to the next guy. He's like, by the way, Zubamendi. Zubamendi does this. The problem is because Zubamendi looks so good on the ball, people underrate his defensive ability. But actually, factually speaking, Zubamendi, last season and the season before in La Liga, I don't watch La Liga a lot, but I checked the stats. His interceptions and dispossession of the opposition is high, is up there. His defensive attributes are up there. But because he's so good, people don't see it. Which is what Hussam is like, because he sees Caicedo tackling people a lot. He doesn't see that Caicedo when he tackles. He doesn't do the Casemiro job at Real Madrid, which is give it to Cruz 5-meter pass, and then that's my job.
So now you're going.
You
to
literally
build an
called, okay,
argument
you
based on
literally,
something I didn't say.
didn't he just say that Caicedo is
No, I said
£100 million
Caicedo is.
tackler?
I said
Didn't
Caicedo is
you
a very
say
good
before?
passer, but he's on a level below Enzo, McAllister, and Rodrygo.
You literally called Caicedo £100 million tackler. You literally said
So
that plenty of
but
times.
we're using what I said today, or we're using banter. Can I differ?
Okay, so that was bad. So you, once you admit that was banter, we'll move on from it, and
so
we're
what
done.
did I say on
I'm
today's
never,
stream?
Wallah al-Azim, I'm never bring it up again. If you say that is banter, I am never give it. I'm never bring it up.
The argument to try to win it.
Alas.
But you heard what I said today. Forget what I said in the past. We're talking about today. What I say on a watch along or when I'm having fun has nothing to do with what I said today. I said I think Caicedo is a very good passer, but he's a tier below the ones that I said, which I stick by. I think Enzo's a better passer. I think Rodri, McAllister, they're all better passers. I think Caicedo's passing level is similar to the likes of Gravenberch and players of that ilk.
I think he's a much better passer than Gravenberch, in my opinion. I think he can actually create, and I've seen it with my eyes that he actually can play these through passes. He has a vision that is different than the normal DMs,
How many
the
big
tackler
chances
DMs.
does he have?
I don't know.
How
I'm
many
checking now.
does he have? He has 2 assists in the whole league. Mr.
But that's
Vision.
not his role, Hussam. Like, you're picking the wrong
I
point.
know, but you see how I'm destroying Mo's point because he's the one that says he has vision. The
he
sport is
doesn't-
fucked if we're saying Caicedo has vision. If now vision went from fucking Andrea Pirlo to Caicedo, end the sport now. End the sport.
So if I am okay, hold on. So let
Caicedo
me.
has
I just
vision.
checked.
Fuck
I
my
just
life. How
checked
can
the
I quit
stats.
smoking
So
when I work
if
with this guy? I
someone
have
who
no
plays
idea.
much deeper in
He
the
just said
midfield,
Caicedo has vision.
guys.
Oh my god!
If someone is playing, I'm gonna put it to the panel and everyone in the chat. If someone is playing as a DM, a deep line, like DM, and he has Cole Palmer and Enzo Fernandez ahead of him, right? while another midfielder that is playing in a much better team at Liverpool, who has Szoboszlai as the number 10, right? So his whole ability, his
You're the
whole
one that said
rule.
vision, not us.
Okay, let me just finish that point because I think you know where I'm going with this.
No,
and the
I don't.
stats
I think you're drowned.
show that Caicedo chance creation or should create an action per 90 is actually only not less than half what McAllister do, about 60 to 70%. What does that tell you?
Half
You guys
of
get what I'm
McAllister
saying, right?
does.
Someone is
You
just
wanna
a
know what it tells
DM
me?
and has
McAllister's not a good
Palmer.
player.
I'm going to explain it again because people didn't get what I said, right? Someone who plays as a DM and has Palmer and Enzo ahead of him versus someone his whole rule is to create more, right?
McAllister's
And
role is not
that
create,
guy
you're wrong.
has 70% of what McAllister create per 90. What does that tell you?
McAllister's role is not to create, so you're wrong.
Let the
immediately.
panel respond. Adi, let the panel respond. It's okay. Let the
Yeah,
panel
yeah.
respond. It's okay. This is the problem is you want to diminish what McAllister do on the ball so much to prove that, sorry, Caicedo do so much. So you prove that McAllister is that good. I'm saying McAllister is great. He was one of the best midfielders in the league. But it doesn't mean I need to say that Caicedo is
So I
bad in
diminish
passing.
Caicedo by putting
It
him
doesn't
a
mean
tier
that
below in
I
passing.
need to minimize Caicedo's
One
role to
tier
be
below
someone who
is
tackles and
diminishing.
just
That's
okay in
crazy.
passing. It doesn't have to
One
be like
tier
this.
below is
Adi.
diminishing. Wow.
I mean,
You want so hard to have Caicedo as anyway.
Then you
We'll
say let the
see
panel
if
talk.
Caicedo.
Let Jess talk.
I'm silent. Here you go. Mute my mic. Jess, Kilk, Dina, be my
Great.
guest.
Now the quality of the show improved.
all
Go ahead,
this
Jess.
over Caicedo, and we haven't even reached the important part of the conversation about what we expect from Wirtz. He cost 100 and something million, and I need stats. I need amounts. I need to know what we're expecting from Wirtz. We're talking about vision. I want to, because the first game that he played and he didn't do much, I saw Liverpool fans saying, well, you can't think of him as a KDB. You got to start thinking about him as a something else. I need to know, Hussam.
Yeah, all we got accused of is whining because you said you're whining because you didn't get worse because you said he was a KDB replacement, blah blah blah. So
all of a sudden we can't look at him as KDB anymore. We got to look at him as something else. He's not. He's more of a Pedri. He's more of a Pedri. What are our expectations? What? Because I'm comparing him
more than what we saw on Friday.
I need to know. I need to know. Because there's not much pressure on him. He's a £100 million signing, and every other £100 million signing was getting cooked.
Okay, let me respond to you. No problem. First of all, Jess,
can you do the super chats before you respond because they're related to something completely different, Osama? I'm sorry. Yeah, before they're related to something else. Havertz injury +1 GA. Yeah.
Well, the irony of this is this could push Rodrygo to City. So
yeah. Are we talking about Palace Eze or Prime Messi? I'm confused. That's for Jess. When Jess said they changes you.
Listen, pretty much same thing. Just saying. Very similar.
That's the same guy, German chicken wing, that will tell you Tijani Reijnders is going to change lives. Same. Beat you 5-0 and you're behind Arsenal. That's for kill.
That was not 5-0.
No, that's not for Kel. That's for
Nina.
No, Chelsea didn't lose to Arsenal 5-0 last season. Man City did 5-1.
We lost 5-1. Big difference.
Oh, okay, you scored a goal. Bravo. You scored a goal. You forgot the one. Sam, get over the Caicedo PTSD.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the problem is people say Enzo rejected us as well. So what's the difference? And I rate Lavia very highly, and he rejected us too. So now what?
Yeah, he got rejected by like players, and then he won the league.
Cypher Blue, when you send that super chat, you're like scratching. Hey, this is gonna be so funny. No one laughed.
No one laughed. Just laugh. Thank you so much for the £1 empty Hazard super chat.
Woo.
Thank you.
He says Hazard better than Salah, clearly.
Yeah. There's no word needed. His profile picture speaks volumes.
It's just Hazard, you know. Okay, going back to the Wirtz situation. Wirtz answer. Someone is like, they're not forgetting what Jess said. Wirtz answer. Answer about Wirtz. Wirtz.
Eze is better than Wirtz. Wow.
Yeah, no one believes
so much
that.
for these Turkey 1, Wirtz 0.
No,
that's gone. Now it's Eze.
Can I word? I can word this. Do you think Eze's effect on Arsenal is going to be more than Wirtz's effect on Liverpool?
No, it won't be. Now, anyway, let me answer the question that Jess said. First of all, Jets, I really thought we were developing a agreement on this panel where
We have an agreement.
the red cartel was destroying the blue cartel. That's why you get me. Nina has already finished her water cup from the stress of what we've been saying. So we already did that, and then you just stabbed me in the back unnecessarily.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. First of all, does anyone here rate Anthony? No. Does anyone here rate Darwin Núñez? No. These are two players who made unbelievable debuts. Anthony scored against Arsenal and Núñez scored against City at Wembley in his debut. So debuts
You're calling Community Shield his debut. Get out of here.
The way I didn't know what you were talking about.
Okay, no problem. He scored against Fulham in his debut in the Premier League too. Guess what? He's shit.
Big
There
difference.
we go. See? So there are players that hit the ground running and there are players that don't hit the ground running, but eventually are amazing. I'm not going to judge Florian Wirtz after one game. I'm going to give him 5-6 games, settle in, get used to the league and stuff. But I've already made my expectations clear. I said I want him to perform well in the big game, and I'm expecting 20 GA, basically. That's what I said. 10 goals, 10 assists, or it could be whatever, like 6 goals, 14 assists, as long as he's like actively involved. And at the end of the day, Wirtz is not like when we bought Florian Wirtz, we didn't buy Florian Wirtz so we can beat Burnley at home. We bought Florian Wirtz for the bigger games, for the big occasion, because he is a big game player. Like he's done it against Bayern Munich. When Leverkusen needed to win the league, he literally scored a hat-trick in a comeback so they can win the league. So for me, I think Wirtz is someone at Liverpool, because remember, at Liverpool, he's never ever going to take penalties. He's never ever going to be the main guy. Like, he came into a team that's Salah's team. Like, it's Salah's team still, even in 2025. So that won't change. So he can never, like, have, like, 40 GA and be, like, the main guy until Salah leaves. That's just the truth. So
Mbuemo and Wissa both got 20 GA last season. So more than
and they're
20
both
GA.
strikers. And I'm talking about a number 10.
They're not
So
strikers. They're not strikers.
I think he's a player that can play really well for us. And his debut was very underwhelming. I agree with you, but I don't think he was as bad as people make out. Like, he was just okay. He was average. But we expect more, and it will come with time. It'll come with time.
You guys know that
now, if he scores against your club, Jess, in a week and a half's time, we'll speak then.
He should. But that's the thing. He should. 115 million. He should be scoring in the big games.
Well, Declan Rice that should also. He should score against Liverpool. Same argument.
I mean,
so
like
Rice and Wirtz have to outscore each other in that game.
Yeah.
That heat on the back of your neck when you sign that £100 million signing, people are on you. I feel like Wirtz got away with it just ever so slightly. And I'm okay
with it. I'm okay with it.
Plenty of banter for him that day. It was
just a wee bit.
Plenty of butthurt Liverpool fans about it.
People wanted to banter Wirtz, and then they watched Palmer against Palace, and they're like, "Oh, we have." I
swear to God, guys, the main conversation doesn't have to be Wirtz. It has to be.
Why is she eye rolling? No, because why are you eye rolling?
Well, Palmer has not scored an open league.
We need to have this conversation. Why you thought?
Are we really going to compare Palmer and what he's done at Chelsea with Wirtz's first game? Sorry, but if you brought up our price tags, I don't think we should be giving these 120 million pound players.
Two of them.
They should be hitting the ground running, huh? Wasn't that the
whole? Two of them.
Isn't that the whole thing?
Everybody.
I can compare actually because Wirtz and Palmer both have the same amount of open play goals.
Forgive Palmer for being a little bit tired. He was too busy lifting trophies over the summer and scoring in finals. Leave him alone.
Wirtz won the Bundesliga with Leverkusen.
Not last season.
Not last season.
She's talking about like within the past few months.
So Wirtz has got some catching up to do because this is the Premier League. We do things differently here, and Cole Palmer's proved it. Been there, done that.
Oof. Nina asked a great question.
The next goal for Palmer is an open play goal.
She asked, "Are you going to compare Palmer and Wirtz in the Premier League?" Since January, great comparison. Since January, Palmer and Wirtz have the same exact amount of open play goals in the Premier League.
And Ryan Cherky has more than both of them.
Yeah, since January. How many open play goals since January does Palmer have? 0. Same as Wirtz.
Of course, you're going off January.
Cherky 1, Palmer 0.
Hey, it's 2025. Look at the date on your laptop.
Actually, Phil Foden has more than Cole Palmer does. So that's in a terrible season. That tells you all you need to know.
Hey, I'm not the one who's sitting here wondering and hoping if he's going to hit the ground running. Like I said, I've already seen it. Been there, done that.
All I'm saying is, Jess wants to ask me about my number 10.
Yes,
I'm just asking. That's it. I was just asking.
I actually think Cole Palmer must actually start playing better.
Well,
I
yeah,
genuinely
I
think
learning
that.
to see Chelsea
For
gets
your
so locked
agenda,
up on Sunday.
Like,
you
to be
love
honest with you, to be honest with you,
playing better than when, though.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, Chelsea fans cannot bring the price tag, same as Arsenal fans. We don't judge players based on how much you bought them 2 years from that moment or 3 years. Today, how much is Cole Palmer's worth? 100 million at least? How much is Saka's worth? 100 plus million at least?
Cole Palmer's worth at least 150 million.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, I was speaking with Hussam yesterday on his channel on Ahwa yesterday, and people were saying, but how much did Chelsea buy Palmer for? Okay, that's why we didn't judge him the first season. But if you're gonna now tell me that Cole Palmer is one of the best players in the world, he's worth 150 million, I'm gonna judge him based on this, right? I'm gonna judge Bukayo Saka based on you saying he's one of the best wingers in the world. I'm not gonna judge Saka because he's an academy player at Arsenal, saying, oh, Arsenal didn't spend any money on him. No, you're saying he's worth now 100, 150. So Cole Palmer, to me, in the first game, very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. And I think that, yes, Enzo Fernandez was shit, but I think at least Enzo Fernandez was used wrong. If you check the heat map of Enzo Fernandez, where he was playing, and you were at the game, Enzo Fernandez was literally a halfway line on the right side. Well, the majority of last season, he played to the left side, left half space. He played on the right side, and he was destroyed by Enzo Maresca. Cole Palmer didn't have an excuse. He didn't. Last game, I will give Joao Pedro an excuse. He was in an island by himself between 3 defenders. Cole Palmer is the one that didn't have an excuse. Why didn't he create enough chances? Why didn't he play well? You were behind. You were ahead of the midfield. You were between the lines of Crystal Palace, and you didn't create anything. Even though I think that Cole Palmer is one of the best players in the league, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm looking at him, I'm like, you should be carrying us against low blocks like this. You should be the one who's making things happen out of nowhere. That's what Arsenal do with Saka and Odegaard. If a low block is there, Odegaard, why didn't you create? We look at you. You're the captain. Why didn't you do something? We look at Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer gets a free pass from the Chelsea fans. Free pass.
A free pass?
Yes. He's like, yeah, it's not his fault. Joao Pedro didn't play. Neto didn't create. But a lot of times, nobody looks at the most important player at the team and say, why didn't you make things happen? Same as Salah. He's for Chelsea, similar to Salah for Liverpool. Am I wrong to say that? Isn't he similar to Salah for Liverpool?
Who? Palmer?
Palmer, yes.
Well, yeah, in terms of output, yeah, of course.
In terms of importance, he is that important.
Output, yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Okay,
so he should be judged higher. He should be judged higher. Here you go, Chelsea fans in the chat crying already. Why are you putting pressure on Palmer? He's crying already.
Guys, firstly,
no, I thought you're our friend and you praise Chelsea all the time.
Okay. Let me respond to that. So, of course, it's the first game of the season, guys. Damn, like this is getting a little bit serious. It's one game. We've been running to the ground. We had less break than all of you. Like, leave us alone. We've been literally sailing through the whole summer, playing games in and out. I'm not worried. We played a good Crystal Palace side. Can we stop pretending like we played, I don't know, some championship team? Like that wasn't the case. The players looked rusty. We didn't have it together. Yes, we didn't create, and that's it. But you know, we learned a lot about that game. And you know, if you're talking about Cole Palmer needing to play better, then when in a very poor season, Cole Palmer still hit 20 plus GNA in a poor season. Cole Palmer is still important. Yeah, of course he'll do better, but we've seen that we've got the evidence of what Cole Palmer can do. He can score in finals. He can win you games. He is creative. He was still up there with the most chances created in the Premier League even last season. So I'm sorry, but even today we're pinpointing and talking about the wrong players. If there are other areas I'm concerned about, you know, that's true. But Cole Palmer, Caicedo, these players have been there and they've proved, you know, that they can help Chelsea, that they can get us into the top four, and we're just about hanging out there. And I'm not worried. I'm sorry, but these are players that are now forming this core that you guys are all talking about. Our whole squad, while you guys were getting comfortable with yours, was getting constantly turned over. Now we finally got these little players that are, you know, solid in each of their little positions. We know we've got areas that we still need to improve, of course, but again, that is something that we're working on. So I'm quite comfortable with these players because they've shown me what they can do. I'm now eyes on other players that we've just brought in. So we're talking about the wrong players here. You know, my players, again, they did this. We won the Club World Cup. I know what our ceiling is like. I know what we can do. So again, it's one game. We looked rusty. We didn't look great. It was fair draw in the end. And credit to Crystal Palace. Thought they gave us a really good game. That's it. We'll see next game. Got West Ham tomorrow.
The difference is Chelsea changed only 3 players.
Season too, though.
Pardon?
So it's kind of just seeing more of the same problems, even with like.
Well, look, again, like I said, this has always been our difficult, our kind of area of weakness is how we play against these teams that do sit back at us, and that's still something for Maresca to work out. Doesn't mean he's actually got it.
Personal problem too.
We're still learning a lot about ourselves. That's why we've brought in the likes of Pedro and Liam Delap. These are players that will help us. I genuinely believe against teams like Palace or teams that will sit back at us because there's more movement there. That's one thing and an area that we struggled with last season is we didn't have too much movement in the penalty area, so crosses were getting spammed left, right and centre but just going nowhere. So these are the things that will definitely help us moving forward. That's for Maresca to work out, and trust me, I believe that he is looking at that Crystal Palace game. He is looking at all the games last season that we struggled to break down teams that sat back at us, and it is an area that we're going to improve on. But I do believe that we have at least made some signings that will help us do that, and it's just all about seeing it happen. So give it some time, guys. Let's see how a few more games unfold, and we can have another conversation.
I have a question for you. I've asked Don this question, but why aren't you guys going for Donnarumma? Who'd be a much better keeper than Sanchez? I think he'd improve you a lot. Like that could put you in
a lot of people who will be a lot better. But hey, look, I think Chelsea will only go out and sign a keeper if they genuinely believe that. I don't even know if genuinely.
I think he's your weakness.
I mean, I know that we looked at obviously Mignan at the start, and it did seem like in my head is we wouldn't have ever have looked at a keeper if we genuinely don't believe that there is possibility to upgrade. So it is definitely again like an area that we need to address at some point. Like I'm not sitting here exactly comfortable that I have Robert Sanchez as my number one for this whole season, but I like to believe maybe we could address that area. But again, that's another area that we fall short in against you guys' club. So again, we've made signings, but there's still some room for improvement for sure. But
you need centre backs. The season cannot continue like this.
Hey, you want Emmanuel Akanji?
Well, yeah, and Maresca's made that pretty clear. I think the club are pretty set on trying to sort this internally, but internally, I'm not comfortable. We've got enough there to defend.
Yeah, it's very strange for me to see Maresca. It's very strange to me to see Maresca versus the board saying public. Like him saying publicly, I need a center back, but the board doesn't want to give me a center back. I'm like, okay, I didn't see this happening after 1 year of a relationship when we thought that he's a yes man. I didn't see this.
Yeah,
we have a QBR for you if you like, Nina.
Pardon?
We have a Kanji.
We have a QBR.
We're looking.
Oh, guys.
I heard Chelsea might bid for Bastoni. Any truth to that?
Well, this is another thing. Like, of course, I can sit here and I can be sad that Levi Cole was out because genuinely, like, he was the one kind of defender that almost grew into the best version of himself towards the back of last season, and he was meant to be the guy now that formed a little solid centre back duo with one of our right centre backs. Whether it would be Wesley Fofana, again, another player who's barely ever around. So again, we have all of these what ifs, but unfortunately we do fall short in that category too, because you guys have your centre back duos, you've got your partners in crime there that are going to be out there, and we still are going to work that out. What is our best centre back pair in there? Are we going to go in for someone? Are we going to try and find someone internally? I don't really know. That is going to be a work in progress thing, and unfortunately it's got to be work in progress while the league is up and running, because there is no time. We're all out here, the games are upon us, we haven't had much time, so it's unfortunate. But again, we've got most of our injury prone players unfortunately are in our defense. That's pretty much how it is.
We have an easy schedule to start the season, so that maybe you can figure out what to do during that period.
They need to win the games. That's what I mean. They need to win the games. Like easy schedule is good, but they need to win the games.
They could have gone 6-0 to start.
If tomorrow, I'm telling you, if tomorrow Chelsea don't win against West Ham, they'll break loose.
Oh my gosh, West Ham are
atrocious, right? Atrocious.
How's no one known for Paqueta?
They're horrible.
There's a couple of teams I think Paqueta would really like.
I feel like they're blocking.
He would have been great on Arsenal. That's a creative player right there. He'd be great on Newcastle. I don't know why he's not moving.
I feel like they can't afford to let him go now. They've let Kudus go, and I think they're looking at the reality and they're looking at it like they're in danger. So I think Potter, I forgot his name because he didn't fell off a cliff, but Potter is like blocking that move from him going. But he would be perfect for Newcastle, I felt, but I don't think they're going to let him go now because the alarm bell should be ringing for them. It's giving relegation, genuinely. Like, it's so good.
I don't want West. I want freaking Everton to get relegated. To be honest with you.
Why? What did Everton do to you, Mo?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's the first. To be honest with you, they actually they employ I think the worst goalkeeper I've seen in antics in the history of the sport.
Oh yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, I think Jordan Peck was just a hateful guy. Just a hateful guy. I never met the guy, but I think he's a hateful person that likes to injure other people. I genuinely think that he does it all the time, and he just gets away with it. He goes with his studs, and he knows what he's doing because he's an experienced goalkeeper. And I don't like his antics in the game. And I think because he's English and because he's England #1, he gets protected. But for example, the things he did for Virgil van Dijk, that was on purpose. He knew exactly what he was doing. And he did it to a lot of other people. And he's a professional footballer that knows exactly what he's doing. Similar goes for other players, like Romero, when he almost broke Enzo Fernandez's leg. Right? He left the studs up after that tackle. He left the studs up. Lisandro Martinez, when he went 2-footed tackle the other day, like when he was playing Arsenal. But the thing about it, the Jordan Peck was the only one that gets away with it. So that's why I don't like Everton, to be honest. I know Tarkovsky does this as well. Tarkovsky knows exactly what he's doing when he goes into tackles. That's why he almost broke McAllister's leg last season. And he knew exactly if these studs landed, McAllister's leg would be snapped. Because I played, and I know these tackles are on purpose. You're leaving the studs up on purpose for the opposition to hit the studs. Anyway, the people that played football know exactly what I'm talking about. We got my man for becoming a member, but that's a different story. Even though, believe it or not, Jess, it's the first game I ever watched live in the Premier League was Everton versus Arsenal at Goodison Park.
I was about to say.
Did we lose? Because we're really bad.
It was a 0 shots on target game.
Yeah.
0-0. It was Ljungberg managing Arsenal. That was a day before Arteta.
That's why I want them to go down, because for some reason, Everton is a bogey team for Arsenal. I would love for them, but I was like, what if they you've been personally victimized by Everton somehow, Mo? That's hilarious to me, considering you're an Inter.
Everton was actually the first game I ever went to as well, so that's sentimental.
And also the sheer of Everton is crazy, guys. You guys don't know, like, they always escape relegation somehow. Somehow they're one of the worst teams in the league, and somehow, end of the season, they're 15th. Not 18th, not 19th. And I'm like, how? It's going on for a while. I just don't know. I just want Everton to go down, to be honest. I'm tired of
a lot in their team, though. So I don't know if
they aren't going to go down.
That they're going to go down, no. But West Ham, it's looking dark. Dark.
Yeah.
It's not looking
another team that should have been better. That's another team that should have been better, to be honest, West Ham, with the money they spent. But it's just different with them also. Like, I think they're going to go down. I think they're going to go down. Can we like Manchester City? Because a lot of people now, Manchester City come with chest after one game, which is fantastic. I like it because they were the underdogs before the season started. And now Martin is saying we have the best squad in the league. Kilk saying we have a better squad than Arsenal. Patrick is saying, I don't see Arsenal better than us. He said that yesterday on the show. And I'm like, where's that chest coming from? I thought you were the leopard in the tree.
I never said that. I'm not stealing Husam's line. That's his. He can have that line. I think we have a good squad, but I think there's still a lot of question marks on the team. Like, our defense is always going to be a question mark because John Stones, when he can perform, he's a great center back when he can perform, but the problem is he's so injury prone. So you can count on it for 4 or 5 games, and then he's done for 2 months, and you just don't know what you're going to get in the interim. And then the keeper situation is a mess right now. I don't know what's going to happen there. I personally, I like James Trafford, but I haven't seen enough of him. I was impressed with him in the first game, but again, it's just Wolves. So we'll see how that goes. If Ederson stays and his head is not in the game, that could be a serious liability. I think even worse of a liability than trusting Trafford. Because if he just doesn't care and isn't there, then that's going to be a big problem. And even when his head is in the game, we know he's not a very good shot stopper. But I think we're gonna score a lot of goals, but we'll probably concede a bunch. And also another question mark for me is Rodri's health, because a healthy Rodri is the best player in the world for me. I get Yamal's also great, but
he won
such an impact
he
on
won
his
Ballon
team.
d'Or doesn't mean he's the best player in the world, by the way, forever. Like you're not gonna clutch for like on to this forever. Like he's not gonna be the best player in the world forever because he won one Ballon d'Or.
And who cares? I'm not hurting you by saying that. No, but I think our midfield has improved dramatically. Like I'm going to keep glazing to Johnny Reijnders. I think he's a great player. I think him and Rodri together as a pivot is going to be absolutely deadly and better than anything anyone else in Europe can offer up. But yeah, and we have a very potent attack, and it seems like we're leaning a little bit more into Haaland's strengths for the first time, playing a little more counter ball. Like he loves that. He loves to get out and run, and he was barely involved in the game on Saturday, but he scored 2 goals. So people know how to find him. Like I love Marmouche. I think he's gonna have a great season. We just have options for once. Like I know I was on a panel. I was on your show, Mo, and Mike was saying how he's like,
she said Man City saying for once.
Yo, come on.
What?
You have been embarrassment of riches for like 8 years now. You've always had options. You had one.
Yeah, that's a good squad though. See, you said
like the rest of us.
That's why we say we have the best squad. We have an embarrassment of riches in the midfield and up front.
For once, that's crazy.
Well,
You are not the
underdog.
We
still have Doku, unfortunately. I don't expect anything out of him. I'm really
do you see them
too.
I don't think we're gonna see a 3-horse race. Who's gonna drop?
We'll find out. I can't predict how anything's gonna go. Like I said, I've got a few big question marks on the backside of the team. Like I said, Rodri's fitness, the center back's fitness, and the keeper. Those are all big things. That could lead to goals big.
It hasn't happened just
the other end will score a lot.
For the last 15 years, it hasn't happened. Even when Liverpool were in the race, Hussam will tell you by game week 31, when I think they lost to like Palace, Hussam, or something like this. They're like, they were like, okay, we're out of this race. It's Arsenal, Man City. We're done here. We're not there. We're not winning the league, even though they were leading. So history tells me that it hasn't happened for 15 years. So how are we saying it's going to be a 3-horse race or 4-horse race this season? I hope so, to be honest with you.
Like, thanks for including me. I was like, did I just return to be left out?
It just feels like an unprecedented, strange season where even like the transfer window has been incredibly strange too. So in a way where it's like, damn, these teams are really, I feel like maybe injuries will play a big part in who can make it the entire season, but I don't know if I just see some team dropping off of a cliff, but let's see, All I know is Arsenal are the underdogs based on today.
So she's the leopard in the tree.
We are the leopard in the tree.
No, you're not.
I'm in a 2-horse race.
I have to be honest with you. I actually think on paper. No, I think Arsenal are the second best team in the league now with Eze behind Liverpool. You cannot be ahead of Liverpool. However, Liverpool. Frimpong is injured, by the way, guys. Unfortunately, he's injured.
That might help them a little bit because defensively, I don't trust that guy.
Might help them.
Yeah, they could put a better defender.
No, I hear
that. Conor Bradley's injured. Gomez has to play now.
Is he injured also? I didn't know that.
That's what happened. Conor Bradley's injured.
I didn't know that Conor Bradley was injured. I thought he was available.
So they have only Gomez.
Szoboszlai right back.
Yeah, Gomez or Szoboszlai right back. He's never going to play in the
Never mind.
But that's the whole point. That if we say if Guehi doesn't go to Liverpool, the window's closing, right? There's only 9 days.
He's gone yet? What is taking so long with that deal?
For some whatever reason, I just read it's just this trying to agree on a fee, but also because they want Guehi to play the game today. It's their qualification for Conference League.
Yeah, so they want to qualify.
Also, Eze is not playing that game anymore.
No, as Eze is playing, but now Arsenal are trying. They are trying to prevent him from playing.
Ed Aaron's already said he's not playing.
Indy Kyla just said that they are trying to prevent him from play.
Mo, I needed to talk to you about this. We're not doing Indy Kayla.
He's been very reliable.
We're not doing Indy.
Hey,
no,
he hasn't.
Jess, you know, Indy Kala is the one that said that Eze. You know that Indy Kala that said that Arsenal have not moved away completely from Eze while everyone else said, and it proved to be that he's right.
He's gotten a lot wrong still.
Nothing. This window?
This window.
0.
Mo.
Zero.
No, he's still got
Zero.
so much wrong.
Zero thing wrong. The new guys on the account got 0 things wrong. Zero. Nothing.
Zero.
Zero.
I'll
thing
get
wrong.
my receipts and I'll
Find me.
send it.
Please find me something that is. He's everything that account said turned out to be correct. The links turned out to be correct, right? Like he didn't report that the fees, by the way, turned out to be correct. Even the Eze fee turned out to be correct. He did it. Like, listen, I don't know. Like I didn't follow the guy before because I was told that the guy's a fraud. But since this summer, I followed, I turned on notification. Everything has been spot on. Nothing been wrong.
It's true. He hasn't gotten anything wrong this season.
Okay, I'll find my receipts. But if you
Please
do believe him,
and let me know. Like, please do so I can know that he gets things wrong because I'm believing everything he says.
I will pull them up. But if you believe him, he said he's not playing today. He actually just said that like 8 minutes ago.
Okay. So maybe he
When
said
does the
that now.
lineup come out? I wonder.
No, this is
But yeah,
late.
they want Gahey to play, but Liverpool need Gahey badly. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I guess they want to get that done sooner rather than later.
I think we're gonna get him eventually. I think this is something that.
Why is Chelsea not going for Gahey as well? Like,
Yeah, I'm surprised at that too.
I'm surprised that they're not going for him
They
because
rejected them.
Yeah,
He actually did, by the way.
no, that's not a banter.
Yeah, he actually did.
Chelsea
Said
inquired about him and he said,
That's
no,
his
I don't want to
face
go
that
back
Chelsea
to
made.
Chelsea.
Yeah, he said he's
Oh.
going back to Chelsea.
This is not banter.
right.
This is not a joke.
Yeah, not everything is a joke, you guys.
Sorry, we're just really used to hearing loads of jokes come out from you, Hassam.
Hey.
Yeah, I
We're
don't
gonna
know
beat
who you
West
guys
Ham
are gonna
tomorrow.
get Chelsea.
Pardon?
They're gonna beat
Is
West
that a
Ham tomorrow.
panic? Seriously, I'm not going to do it. If you don't beat West Ham tomorrow, is that a panic station or not yet?
Some panic, yeah, for sure.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. That I'm not only imagining things in my head. Like
No,
you have the easiest starts of the top 6. City, if they don't beat Spurs, all the conversation is gonna change. I'm telling you this. It's like City now are weak.
But
Be a tough
Spurs are
game.
Real Madrid when they play City.
Who's so excited for the game on Monday?
Yeah, that's gonna
That's
be
what
pure
we do.
cinema.
I'm more scared than excited for the players. I'm being serious, by the way.
Why do you think someone's gonna?
Yeah.
You
You
think
No,
Joe
I-
Linton's gonna do a dirty tackle or something?
By the way, it's not Joao Linton. The guy that Joao Linton is not
He's gonna
subtle.
say Bruno Guimaraes now.
Yeah,
Bruno.
by the way, Joao Linton is not subtle.
He's in
Joao
the
Linton, you see
conversation.
Joao Linton leaving the elbow out. Like you see Joao Linton. The one that does the cheeky stuff is Bruno Guimaraes. The one that does the things that is like hurt players and stuff is Bruno Guimaraes. Is not Joao Linton. Joao Linton is up front. You see Joao Linton going into the tackle with whole body weight is different than Bruno Guimaraes.
He's just
and what
so
he does on
big.
the
You
pitch.
just
And
I'm
no one
really-
can hear you scream at St. James. No one can hear you scream at that stadium. You
Like,
are dead. Like it is
Tonali, he can
done.
throw a little dirty tackle in there too sometimes.
But I will bank on these are professional footballers.
Mhm.
There are
Play
Brazilians
the game,
and
not the
Argentinians.
occasion.
Yeah, there are Brazilians and Argentinians and English in both teams, so they will at least have some like talk before the game. Like, come on, don't feed off the energy of the crowd because it's very dangerous actually to feed off the energy of the crowd because the crowd would want the players to get hurt. This is how it works in football. The rivalry has been crazy between the two fan bases. And the players should actually get a talk from the referee before the game because this can turn into, it's dangerous.
Royal Rumble.
Yes, it can turn into a Boca Juniors versus River Plate game. It can turn into this.
Oh,
and
geez.
we know what happens in these games. Like, I believe this can be very dangerous. Like, there has to be something because, and also the media is not fucking helping it. To be honest, the media is not helping the case. They're like, put the gas on fire. Put the gas on fire. And it's very dangerous, to be honest. But I'm excited for the game. To be honest, I'm excited for Spurs versus Man City.
Oh,
Nope,
I'm not.
slot confirmed. Bradley
Waking up
back
at
in
4:30
training.
in the morning for that game.
Okay.
That's not going to be fun.
Fair enough. Redline Taranga.
Only
Slot
one
confirmed,
Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley.
Oh.
Great. Absolutely fantastic. But listen, people, this has been a fantastic and an amazing show. We are back today at 7. MHF
Yeah,
with
this
a
guy
whole
with
panel.
the
MHF.
ACL comment. That's
Jess,
just messed up.
what do you got coming up?
Oh, we'll go live in like 2 hours. So
2 hours.
up next, yeah. Like
Eze, hype.
Eze hype.
Get
Just
that mimosa going for that.
I know. Nobody understands. I cannot wait to get my Eze 10 kit. Like I'm over the moon. I don't think
Eze is one of my favorite players in the league.
He's gonna wear number 10. Who's your number 10 right now?
we don't have a number 10.
Oh,
So
fair.
For a good reason.
Not too much.
Nina, you got something coming up? You doing a preview for the West Ham game or?
Yep, and then you can find me after the West Ham game, win or lose, I'll be there. And our fan cams on Chelsea Fan TV as well, because we'll be there at the ground tomorrow.
And guys,
You can also find her on Sky Sports. You can find her on Talk Sport. You can find
on
her
BBC, on
That's where you can find Nina. If you don't know, get to know. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
Kelkior with Patrick tonight on Through City
I
Fan.
don't have anything planned right now.
Okay.
No.
And guys, Osam is going to be live tonight at 11, crying about Isak again. But big up everyone.
That's
This will
not
take you
what
to
I'm going to be
football
live with. He is falsely promoting. I'm going to be live with James Redmond at 11 p.m.
Oh.
So both are going to be crying about Isak. There's
I'm being
one,
serious.
two for the price of one.
I'm being serious. Sadio Mane.
See you guys later. We're out of here.
Big up.